So what's up everybody? These spoilers are insane. I'm telling y'all, 𝚲𝚘𝚅 is going crazy right now. He is starting this arc with pure fire. Like, how are you gonna start an arc like this and it looks like the main character literally just died? Talking about Asta only has a couple of minutes to live. It is crazy. We got to see the face of 𝚲𝚘𝚎 in this chapter. So much is going on. The reaction of the captains and just that ending. Complete despair. It's crazy. So let's get into these Black Clover 335 spoilers. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, comments, so which hit me with a false copyright strike. So let's get this channel back to 5,000. Check out the Discord. I will be doing videos just responding to your guys' comments on there. This chapter was crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Just looking at the spoilers, it makes me feel like Asta actually might die. Like, I know we've been saying this for a while, Asta's death here and there. Been saying that since the beginning of the year, but this chapter is making that more of a possibility. We're seeing Asta hanging on to an inch of his life. Lucius in his little speech bubble in this chapter is letting us know that, hey, Asta only has a couple of minutes to live. This is a crazy way to start the arc. I know that 𝚲𝚅 is doing this to get us super interested, but anybody that said there's no tension in Black Clover, you guys are off. There's a lot of tension in Black Clover. I mean, just now, we don't know if Asta's gonna live or not. This chapter ended on a huge cliffhanger, so it's basically the reverse of what happened with Asta and Yami. So Asta got kidnapped. He got teleported to a place we don't really know about. This time, we're seeing the people that care about Asta see him get put into another dimension or kidnapped, similar to what happened with Yami. Interesting, because now Lucius somehow gave Sister Lily 𝚲𝚘𝚎's power. Sister Lily teleported Asta to who knows where. Most likely, she teleported him to the underworld. I've been saying this before, that 𝚲𝚘𝚎 might have the power to open a portal from the human world to the underworld. I said that like last year, and it's looking like it's more of a possibility how Lucius was able to move in and out of the underworld to the human world. So we actually might see Asta in the underworld. If not, maybe somehow he survives in a way and we figure out what Asta truly is, because I still think Asta is just not a normal human. There's something different about him. Of course, he's the main character in the shonen manga, so there's something not normal, but I think Asta being on the verge of death will bring that more to light, and I think he's still going to survive somehow and escape, but it's going to be super interesting to see him in the underworld and see his interaction with the other devils. We get kind of like a short battle between Sister Lily and Noelle. Noelle attacks Sister Lily, but Sister Lily blocks all her attacks with sparkle magic. Lucius is basically saying that Judgment Day is coming in 7 days, similar to what happened in the last arc. It's kind of like a reversal. I've been saying this from the beginning. I literally think this arc will have more divinity in it, because we were fighting a lot of demonic in the last arc, and that arc was basically referenced the Tree of Death. So what's the opposite of the Tree of Death? The Tree of Light. The Tree of Death has demonic beings on each level, but on the Tree of Life, it has angels and angel graces. So the reverse of Yami seeing Asta get kidnapped versus Asta seeing Yami get kidnapped, like the last arc, I think 𝚲𝚅 is trying to make both arcs look parallel, but also opposite. I definitely think we're going to get more angelic beings. So Lucius calls Sister Lily a paladin. From Googling it, it's a trusted military leader. So it's interesting because we know that in demonology, a lot of demons tend to have legions. Because Sister Lily now has 𝚲𝚘𝚎's power, I think that she is one of 𝚲𝚘𝚎's minions. This chapter is beyond crazy. So you do see Noelle and Mimosa, and it looks like they're trying to go to where Asta's at, but there's not much they can do. Asta's basically saying, not yet, and he's saying that he doesn't want to die yet. Basically, that's what I'm getting from the few text that's translated. Lucius is saying, don't be so hard on yourself. You don't even have the strength to move anymore. You only have a few minutes to live. It looks like Noelle yells Asta, and then you see 𝚲𝚘𝚎's face, which is crazy. Also, it's confirmed that Sister Lily looks like she has a halo. Like I said before, there's more credibility that whatever Sister Lily is now is closer to the angelic beings. I don't think she's an angelic being exactly, but she's close to it, if that makes sense. I think this makes a lot more sense as to why all the devils of the Tree of Cliff Off have been following Lucius. It's because Lucius is able to purify purify them. I'm pretty sure a lot of devils want to be purified from whatever negative mana that they have, and with that purification, they can be something more like angelic. I find this all interesting because in demonology, a lot of high-rank demons are really fallen angels. There's more dialogue. Lucius is saying, using these devils, humans will become a higher life form with nearly invincible bodies and wisdom. For the first one, let's call her Paladin because they fight for the world. So Lucius calls us Paladin. We got to figure out the official translations to get like an actual label to this new form, but it has something to do with the angelic because you do see in this chapter that Sister Lily does have a halo. This is beyond dope. I love it. Lucius is saying, I will rule the world. It doesn't even compare to the Wizard King. It's rather, it cuts off. The pages that I'm seeing are not like really in order. It's just translated here and there. So I'm not entirely sure what pages I'm getting, but going back to the Beelzebub face being revealed, Lucius is basically saying that it's Beelzebub's power. I reincarnated and purified the devil using my soul magic. Noelle's thinking soul magic. So is this really the Wizard King? She's trying to figure out what's going on here because it looks like the Wizard King. What is the meaning of this? Noelle is basically asking, who are you? And Lucius continues to explain himself, not caring what Noelle said, saying, I took control of the remaining supreme devils of the underworld and all the other ones in the levels below. So Lucius is just the king of all the devils at this point. And I'm telling you, the devils are only working for Lucius, in my opinion, is because they want to be purified. That makes more sense now because I was wondering, like, what was 𝙲𝚘𝚎 getting from helping out Lucius? I know that Lucius is possessed by Astaroth, but why are you following this human who's possessed by Astaroth? Why don't you call Astaroth as Astaroth instead of saying, hey, this is for you, Lucius? When 𝙲𝚘𝚎 said Lucius's name, it showed a level of respect. So now I understand why. It's because of this, a new form, a new being. And Lucius is saying, I will rule everything as the greatest Wizard King. And then you see Mimosa and Nero, but unfortunately there is a triangle. It looks like there's a barrier. It most likely has to do with Beelzebub's power because it can do spatial magic. So there's a possibility that Box is in another dimension that they can't reach. There's like a page that's not really translated, but it looks like Sister Lily is talking to Noelle. Sister Lily is saying, don't worry, you'll see yourself through soon enough. Lucius Sama being right. Noelle is basically saying, stop it. You're Asta's childhood friend and stuff. Sister Lily is saying, sorry Asta, but your death will be for the true peace and happiness of this world. Even at this moment dying, he's like, Sister Lily, I will definitely save you. This is so crazy, man. I love Black Clover. And then Sister Lily does a martial magic on Asta and Asta disappears. You basically see Noelle, Mimosa, and Nero all in despair. And it's sad to see them in this situation. And then we get all the captains. We get Yami, William Vengeance, and they all see Lucius. Lucius basically says, ladies and gentlemen, William Vengeance is saying, Julius, is this you? What is the meaning of this? Is that Julius? Everybody's asking this. Yami's like, that magic, that power is completely different, but that face and body is Julius. And then Lucius disappears and the chapter ends. Man, this is beyond epic. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe Asta literally got kidnapped in front of everybody, similar to what happened to Yami. The parallels between the start of last arc and this arc is very similar, but basically the opposite. It's interesting too because this time it's the oldest 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚎 sibling versus Xenon. This is very interesting. I still kind of feel bad for Xenon, to be honest with you, because Xenon, even though at a young age he kind of seemed like a good person, but he eventually turned into what he became and followed his family's traditions of being devil worshippers. But at the same time, Lucius did say to Xenon, you're the most like me. So I wonder what exactly made Lucius transform into what he is now, because if he's anything like Xenon, who apparently cared a lot about people, but he had to kill his friend to save the Spade Kingdom from a devil and then eventually gave his soul to a devil, what is the connection between Lucius and Xenon? Man, this is beyond crazy. This is so epic. Man, Tabata, he delivered. He definitely delivered. I can't wait to the next chapter. I'm so excited. Also, shout out to Night Baron for the spoilers. That's basically it, y'all. Let me know what you think about these spoilers. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about Asta being kidnapped and basically on the verge of death. Do you think Asta actually will die? Do you think somehow he'll come back to life? Do you think if he dies, whatever race his father is will come to light? Do you think Libe is gonna end up dying as well? Because dear God, I hope not. I wonder what will happen if Asta dies and Libe is still in the Grimoire. What a great way to start an arc. But yes, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.